All right, onward with the magic items. We'll look this time at the Elemental Essence Shard, the Far Realm Shard, the Feywild Shard, so I really like the shard items here, Fulminating Treatise, Ghost Step Tattoo, Guardian Emblem, Heartweaver's Primer, Illuminator's Tattoo, Libram of Souls and Flesh, and the Lifewell Tattoo. So there's a lot of tattoos and shards looked at in this one right here. So right here we start with this Elemental Essence Shard. Rare, it needs to be attuned by a sorcerer. This crackling crystal contains the essence of an elemental plane. As an action, you can attach the shard to a tiny object, such as a weapon or a piece of jewelry, or detach it. It falls off if your attunement to it ends. You can use the shard as a spell-casting focus while you hold or wear it. Roll a d4 and consult the table below to determine the shard's essence and property. When you use a metamagic option on a spell while you're holding or wearing the shard, you can use that property. So looking at these 4 different properties, the first right here is air. You can immediately fly up to 60 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. Could be useful. The second is earth. You gain resistance to a damage type of your choice until the start of your next turn. Third is fire. One target of the spell that you can see catches fire. The burning target takes 2d10 fire damage at the start of its next turn, and then the flames go out. And then the last is water. You create a wave of water that bursts out from you in a 10-foot radius. Each creature of your choice that you can see in that area will take 2d6 cold damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw against your spell save DC or be pushed 10 feet away from you and fall prone. So those are some nice little extras right there. They don't tell you too much about the little Elemental Essence Shard, but as you can see, 4 different properties are possible, each one pretty nice. After that, we have the Far Realm Shard. This one will require attunement by a sorcerer here. This writhing crystal is steeped in the warped essence of the Far Realm. As an action, you can attach the shard to a tiny object, again, like a weapon or piece of jewelry, or detach. Falls off if you're no longer attuned, and you can use it as a spell-casting focus, just as the one before when you hold or wear it. When you use a metamagic option on a spell, while you're holding or wearing the shard, you can cause a slimy tentacle to rip through the fabric of reality and strike one creature you can see within 30 feet of it. So they like the tentacles in this book right here for attacks. The creature must succeed on a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC, or take 3d6 psychic damage and become frightened of you until the start of your next turn. So 2 different things right there. You get damage and a frightening. So again, they're quick and to the point, but they're giving some sorcerers some nice little items right here. Next, we have the Feywild Shard. Again, sorcerer. So this warm crystal glints with the sunset colors of the Feywild sky and evokes whispers of emotional memory. As an action, you can attach the shard to a tiny object, once again, weapon or jewelry. Again, you can take it and detach it off if you want. Again, works as a spell casting focus. So again, when you use a metamagic option on a spell, while you're holding or wearing it, you can roll on the Wild Magic Surge table in the player's handbook. You're probably familiar with that right there. If the result is a spell, it is too wild to be affected by your metamagic, and if it normally requires concentration, it doesn't require concentration in this case. The spell will last its full duration. That's pretty nice right there, so you know how long it's going to last. If you don't have the Wild Magic Sorcerer origin, once this property is used to roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So they're giving the sorcerer some nice little crystals right here, and there they are shown in that picture, each one having some different little magic properties that it can give to them. So now they move on to wizard, the Fulminating Treatise. So again, attunement by a wizard is required. This thick, scorched spell book reeks of smoke and ozone, and sparks of energy crackle along the edges of its pages. When found, the book contains the following spells: Contingency, Fireball, Gust of Wind, Lemon's Tiny Hut, Magic Missile, Thunder Wave, and Wall of Force. Good little list of spells there. And of course, it functions as a spell book for you too. While you're holding the book, you can use it as a spell casting focus for your wizard spells. We see that over and over with these objects. The book has 3 charges, and it'll regain a 1d3 expended charges every day at dawn, just as you would expect. And you can use the charges in the following ways as long as you're holding it. First, if you spend 1 minute studying the book, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. So give you more versatility. The spell must be of the evocation school. Also, when one creature you can see takes damage from an evocation spell you cast, you can use your reaction and expend one charge to deal an extra 2d6 force damage to the creature and knock the creature prone if it's large or small. So nice little extras right there given for the wizard. Back up here at the top, they go to the Ghost Step Tattoo. Very rare. This one right here, of course, requires attunement like the others. So again, they go through the usual thing about the special needle and all that. Nothing different there. This one will give ghostly form. The tattoo has 3 charges, and it regains all expended charges daily at dawn. As a bonus action, while the tattoo's on your skin, you can expend one of the charges, so you got 3, expend 1 to become incorporeal until the end of your next turn. For the duration, you gain these benefits. Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. Everybody always enjoys that. Can't be grappled or restrained. And then last, you can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were difficult terrain. If you end your turn in a solid object, you'll take 1d10 force damage. If the effect ends while you're inside a solid object, you instead are shunted to the nearest unoccupied space and take 1d10 force damage for every 5 feet traveled. So nice right there. Pass through pretty much anything you want. Can't be grappled. Resistance. That's very good to have ghostly form. Next here we have Guardian Emblem. So here you need attunement by a cleric or a paladin. This emblem is the symbol of a deity or a spiritual tradition. As an action, you can attach the emblem to a suit of armor or a shield. Remove it when you want. The emblem has 3 charges. When you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit while you're wearing the armor or wielding that shield you attached it to, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to turn the critical hit into a normal hit. So that could be very helpful reducing damage. Emblem regains all expended charges daily at dawn. So how nice is that to not have to worry about criticals at least for a while. Then we have the Heartweaver's Primer. Requires attunement by a wizard. This pristine book smells faintly of a random scent you find pleasing. When found, the book contains the following spells: Antipathy or Sympathy, Charm Person, Dominate Person, Enthrall, Hypnotic Pattern, Modify Memory, and Suggestions. These spells are all about control, and of course it functions as a spell book for you too, just as you would expect. But what else do we have with this one up here? While you're holding the book, you can use it as a spell casting focus for your wizard spells. Book has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges every morning at dawn. And while you're holding it, you can use the charges in the following ways. You can spend 1 minute studying the book, where you can expend 1 charge to replace a prepared wizard spell with a different one in the book. So there's something we see over and over there, letting you swap your spells out, making you more versatile. Notice it must be of the enchantment school. When you cast an enchantment spell, you can expend 1 charge to impose disadvantage on the first saving throw one target makes against the spell. So it's going to help your spells to land more often. Then we have the Illuminator's Tattoo. This one requires attunement like the others. They go through the special needle and ink stuff just like they always do. So this here they have listed under it magical scribing. While this tattoo is on your skin, you can write with your fingertip as if it were an ink pen that never runs out of ink. So I guess the wizards and such are really going to like this tattoo here. As an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours. Either of you can dismiss the invisibility by touching the script. No action required. Once used, this action can't be used again until the next dawn. So let you send little secret messages. Looks like is what that one's about right there. Then we have the Libram of Souls and Flesh. Must be attuned by a wizard. With covers made of skin and fittings of bone, this tome is cold to the touch, and it whispers faintly. When found, the book contains the following spells, which are wizard spells for you while you are attuned to the book: Animate Dead, Circle of Death, False Life, Finger of Death, Speak with Dead, Summon Undead, and Vampiric Touch. So we see what theme goes with those spells right there. And as always, it functions as a spell book for you. While you're holding the book, you can use it as a spell casting focus for your wizard spells. The book has 3 charges, and it'll regain 1d3 of the expended charges every day at dawn. And while you're holding the book, you can gain the following here. If you spend 1 minute studying the book, just like some of the others we've seen, you can replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell. Must be from the necromancy school. So they've always got a particular school, and of course they've got a particular class that's replacing a spell. As an action, you can expend 1 charge to take on a semblance of undeath for 10 minutes. For the duration, you take on a deathly appearance, and undead creatures are indifferent to you. So it's sort of like being one of the gang when it comes to the undead, unless you've damaged them. You also appear undead to all outward inspection and to spells used to determine the target's status. The effect ends if you deal damage or force a creature to make a saving throw. So basically, you're going to appear undead in just about every way possible there. And then lastly, we have the Lifewell Tattoo. So here we have the usual stuff on attunement, as they mentioned before. And they tell you it gives necrotic resistance. So you're going to have resistance to necrotic damage. And then next it has Life Ward. When you would be reduced to 0 hit points, you're going to instead drop to 1. How handy is that right there? Sort of like an automatic save. Once used, this property can't be used again until the next dawn. So a nice little tattoo to have right there at the Lifewell. That could benefit anybody. So hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, good luck and good gaming.